As you know, the education is a very important instrument which plays very vital role. It's a key driver to make this all the human beings to make resourceful, and it develops the skills, abilities, attitudes, knowledge, and the others capacities, so that the person can develop their human capitals. So it plays very significant role in development of human resource. So education is an important instrument which plays vital role to make the persons educationally, socially, economically sound, and make them the effective resource person. So these are just the definitions given by the different Indian educationists and foreign educationists, Plato's, Gandhiji's, and Aristotle's. They given the education, isn't it? So it is one of the important factors. Whether you are getting the education as a technical education, medical education, engineering education, whatever that's. So it plays very important role. And making this human capitals. Now the question is, what is the human capitals? How does this work? Isn't it to make the person academically sound and developing the knowledge, attributes, technical knowledge, skills, managerial skills, and others capacities and competencies. It makes this individual to perfect, generate the human capitals. So that's why this education is very important for all beings, and because of that, it is a part of the social being, well-being, and the social transformation. And those having the good education, because the human capitals, they become a resource person. Then they generate their own employability. They can run their own business, on the jobs, whatever, then, and make this themselves social well-being and the others also, and make this their themselves social change, social transformation, and others, isn't it? So the human capitals has very correlations with the education as well as the human capitals. How does we increase the human capitals? Isn't it? By making the educations. If any person is becoming is highly qualified, getting this knowledge, developing the skills, isn't it? And abilities and capacities and others technical knowledge, isn't it? Then they are developing themselves. After that, then they become a very effective man of human capitals, and then ultimately it generate the capacities to get this employment and employabilities, isn't it? So employability, once those having this employment, naturally they are having this good wellness, isn't it? And they can change the society and themselves and others. So the education plays very important role, isn't it? Which is a collaboration where we have getting any type of education. So as far as this importance is concerned, we have various type of human capitals, isn't it? Which can help human beings to develop their human capitals, and human capitals increases this well-beings formations. The well-beings is ultimately related with the social transformation and social change. If this person following this one, then naturally the society will be for the better well-beings and the social change. These are the elements of the human capitals, isn't it? Which is a various part of this different human capitals, how we define that, isn't it? So skills, managerial knowledge, capacities, physical competencies, and the good health also. One of the important factors is good health. It is also, as we say, the good minds preserving the good body, isn't it? So naturally we have to be maintain the good health also. This is part of that. It is a very important factors of the human capitals, isn't it? The types of the human capitals. Then you can see this. These are the types of the human capitals, isn't it? How the educations helps in generation of the human capitals, and then the human capital how the helps the human beings to develop this better social well-beings. And better social being is also marching to and indicating to this overall dramatic change, social transformation. So it is interlink, isn't it? Education, development of human capitals, and this related with this development of social well-being, and related with this social transformation. If the individuals well educated, well resourceful person, naturally their well-beings will be better, and their social change will be better. So education plays very important role in development human capitals and development of the social well-being and transformation. So what we are doing, all we are just whether we are as a professors, teachers, and engineers, doctors, and social worker, whatever we are just going for the well-being, isn't it? How does we develop the well-being? The question is that. If there is a social stratification in the society, upper, middle, lower, that we can see the part of this middle and uppers, isn't it? See their social well-being or transformation. How does they? So the education plays very vital role to providing this marginalized groups and this privileged class groups the education, and especially in the developing countries, isn't it? South Asian countries. So we can see that there is a lot of illiteracy, lot of lacking of the education in this marginalized and the poor populations, isn't it? So their well-being and the social transformation is not effective. The being is the South Asian countries and developing and the developing countries, so education plays very vital role so that their well-being can be developed, and then we can have a social change, dramatic social change, their quality of life, better health, isn't it? So these are interlinked, education and the human capitals, and the social well-being and the social transformation. So now you can see the South Asian countries and Middle East countries, isn't it? As education is concerned, is not up to the mark as the European countries and the other American countries, Australia, Canada, others. Because in the Asian countries, South Asian countries, where is a very area, so at least near about the 30 to 40% population of the each country is marginal hand to mouth, isn't it? So this is very difficult. This is a challenge to the each countries, developing, underdeveloping countries, and developing countries. Firstly, we have to provide the educations. For these populations, naturally they are develop the human capitals. They were skilled, then they can be. We can talk about their social well-being and social transformation. So as far as the role of education is concerned, it is a very, very vital role. You can say the example, if any family there are two family A and B. A family's members is very highly educated, very skilled. They have a very socially economically sound. Because of this, they have a well educated. They have a good human capitals. Another B families parsley. Only 1-2 members are that. So there are economic conditions, social condition is the difference between the family A and B, isn't it? So naturally, why? Because of the B family's education is not up to the mark. That's why their human capital is not developed. So that's why education plays very drastic role in the changing of their human beings, social life, and quality of life. Then we talk that education generates the human capitals. Human capital generates the social well-being. Social well-being is ultimately related with the social transformation, social change, modification of the society, isn't it? The equality, equity, it is generated as. Then we can talk of the equality and equity as part of the economic conditions, as part of the social and others political. So now you can see this education as the labor market dynamics. So as we talk is education should be according to the need of the market, the demands of the market. As per this, the market demands is a changing part, isn't it? Time to time. So it is a matter. It is a part of the government and the people and this just all the stakeholders to provide this education, quality educations as per the market demands, dynamics, so that the human capital's resource person can get their employment abilities. They can run their own organization, own jobs, employment, entrepreneurship, and thus others governmental jobs, isn't it? So that is the part of the education plays very important role. Now you can say this bridging of education and there is a gap between the industrial gap, isn't it? As I talk you. So what is the industry? What is the society needs, isn't it? So it is a matter of developing and developing countries. It provides this educations to the community of their country according that, so that they can have employability ability and get this employment and others their resources. They generate their own entrepreneurship on this occupations, isn't it? And then they ultimately they can develop the social well-beings, and their social transformation can be done, and this economic equity can be achieved, isn't it? So that's why education is an important instrument for playing this vital role. And as far as the education is not as a time limited, isn't it? Even this education can be enhanced by the still life. It is a lifelong process. We can develop their human capitals throughout the life. If any person is working, isn't it? They want to enhance their education human capitals through by online educations, distance educations, and other source of education, evening classes. They develop their own human capitals, and this ultimately they enhance their career, economic, social development. So how can we achieve this economic social development? How can we social transformation can be achieved? Through the education, isn't it? Human capitals. So human capital is one of the important components which plays very vital role in enhancement of the well-being and social change and social transformation. It can be done as far as the well-being is concerned and the social transformation is concerned, social changes. Now you see this condition of the South Asian countries and the East Middle countries. There's where is the women are not allowed to get the education of that. There is some differences, isn't it, between genders? There should not be, isn't it? There is equality as part of the human beings, as they can develop the human beings, and others developed countries, Europeans and others UAE and the other countries, Canada, Australia, and you can see there is no gender biasness, isn't it? That's why the women also playing vital roles, isn't it? So education makes us make less and means the difference between men and women. So as we already told that the human capitals, it's one of the important instruments for the better well-beings, isn't it? And those, if any person, any individual, any society, any country has the better human capitals of their people, so ultimately their people of the country, they have a very good, very effective well-beings. As far as the economic conditions are there and the social conditions and the others, personal, political. So ultimately it is interlinked. So that's why the human capital plays very significant role in development of the social well-being and the social transformation. So it is a part of that. So we can get the various examples of the underdeveloping countries and the developed countries. There's a lot of differences because of that, the lacking of the education. Human capitals. We are now we are living in the global village. Technology plays very vital roles, isn't it? There is no gap. There is no difference between. Distance is not doesn't matter. So we can develop their own human capitals and develop their social well-being. So as human capitals is one of the important components which plays a vital role in development of the social transformation. How can we do that? How can be achieved through this human capitals? As far as the abilities, attributes, knowledge, their capacities, technical knowledge, marine knowledge. If the person is well equipped, a well-resourced person, then they can develop their social well-being, their individual well-being, and they can change their life. And then social transformation can be achieved. So that's why this human capital is one of the important factors, components which they plays very vital role in development of the social well-being and the social transformation. And through this, we can change this quality of life of the people of the underdeveloping countries and the developing countries, isn't it? So education is an important part of that. So as education, human capitals, these are two components which is interrelated. Those countries having the good quality educations, naturally their human capitals will be the better. If the human capital better of this particular country, their social well-being will be the better. If the social well-being will be better, their social transformation will be the better, and the social change, isn't it? So that's why this education and the human capitals is interlinked, related with this generating of the social well-being and the social transformation. So we can see the example of this developing countries, South Asian countries, and Middle East countries. There is a lot of problem as education is concerned. Near to 30 to 40% population is under the undergraduates and they hardly get the education. That's why there is a lacking of the human capitals. So there is a problem of the social well-being and the social transformation. So this government and the organizers and the NGOs, they can play a very vital role to enhancement of the human capital of their particular countries and their social well-being and social transformation. Because of that, so that we can achieve this social well-being and the social transformation through the education. So that's why in nutshell I say this education and human capital plays a very vital role in development of the social well-being as well as the social transformation. Thank you very much.